Love the Philly too.
What is going on, everybody? It is week 11 recap and week 12 preview. We are doing a 2-for-1 episode today, so um, we are not going to go live this weekend to reveal our picks. If you want to see everybody's picks, I will reveal them on the TikTok. And I can definitely post a link in the chat to TikTok here in a little bit, so you can find that there. But we are gonna we're gonna talk about last week, recap last week, and then we are going to give our week 12 preview. Um, Thanksgiving games tomorrow. There's the set of 3 games. We got a Black Friday game, and then a big day of college football, and then a big week of NFL. And I think Squog, this is going to be a good week of football.
Yes, it's excellent week with football.
Yeah, before we get into this excellent week of football, we need to talk. We need to talk week 11.
Yeah.
So, let's go ahead and do that, and let's start off. Let's start off with the very first game. We'd already talked the Thursday night game.
Yeah, we already talked about that. I won that.
Yeah, we talked about the Bengals. We talked about the Bengals and the Ravens.
Ravens.
We need to talk about Pittsburgh and Cleveland, and the under was one of the lowest unders we've seen all year.
Mm-hmm. And
what was it, 30?
36? 36 and a half?
It got lower. I think it got down, whenever I sent it, was 34 and a half, and I think it got down to 32 and a half by game time. So brutal under. It hit 23 points. It did hit. So only 23 points. And then, but I was surprised that Pittsburgh kind of hung around in the game with how bad their offense was.
Well, it's just because Cleveland, not defense, but the offense was as equally as bad, and the Steelers defense is good too.
Both defenses are great. Jaylen Warren needs more carries than what he's getting.
Yes, he's been the difference maker.
He only had 9 carries and had 129 yards. He was their only offense. Najee had 12 and had 35. Warren also had 3 receptions for 16 yards. But the 75-yard touchdown that Jaylen Warren had was electric, and the only offense. But Steelers fired Matt Canada, so
they needed that.
Matt Canada, since he's been there, has not had a 400-yard game. He does have a winning record. This is the first coaching change that the Steelers have done mid-season, or I think firing. This is the first time they fired somebody since the 1950s. Everybody else has agreed to part ways, type of deal. Do we think that we're going to see an incline in the Steelers offense, or do you think it's more than just a Matt Canada problem?
I feel like the Steelers offense might go up. It just all depends on Pickett, that she has not done anything since coming into the league, really.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll free Jaylen, like you said, give him the ball more. Najee's not doing it.
Yeah, and Matt Canada's not making the throws. Matt Canada's not out there blocking. Matt Canada's only calling the plays. So we definitely need to see Pickett more accurate, receivers getting open. Najee, if they're going to continue with Najee being the feature back, we're going to see an incline in his game. But at least this is a start. So the Steelers at 6-4 said they're done with their shit. At 6-4, they're in the top probably 10 records right now, because there's a lot of 5-5 teams and worse.
Mm-hmm. And so, I think they're still in the playoffs, aren't they?
They still are in the playoffs as of right now. I'm pulling up the standings. The standings for the playoffs, they are right now the 7 seed. They're a half a game above the Bills. Bills are 6-5. They're 6-4. Colts are 5-5. Broncos are 5-5. Bengals are 5-5. Raiders 5-6. Chargers are probably the cutoff line of teams that are going to be out of the race at 4-6. I mean, Chargers got to win out.
Yeah. Chargers have to win out. Bills need a win.
Yeah.
It's gonna be some pretty good football.
And some teams got a gauntlet, and Bills are one of those teams.
Bills are one of those teams.
Next game, Chicago Bears blew another one. Squog, you ready for your Chicago minute?
Oh, it really hurt. This
the
game.
Chicago minute starts now. Go.
Yeah, go. Okay. File the coach. Okay, that's all I have to say, really. I am so sick of this. I did not like the hire or when we hired him 3 years ago, 2 years ago, or whenever. I hated it just because he was a defensive coach. And the last game he coached as a defensive coordinator was when he was still on the Colts, and he got blown out by the Jags when the Jags sucked and they had the number 1 pick and picked Walker, and they got blown out. And I think the coach didn't make the playoffs because of it. And that's our coach right there, our head coach. And then he blows a 13 point or something like that. With 3 minutes left in the ball game, that should not happen.
Yeah, 12. It was a 12-point deficit. The Goff looked terrible, and then Goff looked great.
3 picks.
Yeah,
and we didn't win.
And then Goff all of a sudden looked great. It was a very electric win for the Lions. They have a big one against the Packers on Thanksgiving. Packers, it's a must win for the Packers coming up on Thanksgiving. Lions, I think it's a must win because they have a good schedule.
They still have a shot for the number 1 seed.
They have a shot for the number 1 seed because the Eagles. I mean, the Eagles. We'll talk about them. They escaped with the win in KC, but the Eagles have the Cowboys, the Seahawks. They have a pretty tough schedule. They got like two more other than that. Bills, I think. I think Bills are next. So the Eagles got a tough schedule. 49ers, they're ahead of the 49ers right now, and the Lions have a very favorable schedule. Oh, the 49ers are the other team they play, I think. So,
really?
Yeah, so there's room. I think the Lions, I mean, unless they drop one to like they almost did the Bears, Lions at least clinch the 2 seed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
they could clinch the 2 seed.
Yeah, I mean, the only way you don't is if the 49ers kind of win out and you drop one, the Lions fans. But the 49ers got to beat the Eagles in that stretch too. So
they got the Cowboys up there too.
Yeah, they got the Cow. Yeah, it's a very. We're seeing a lot of good teams, playoff teams, have a tough schedule in the year.
Actually, no, never mind. They won't have the Cowboys because the Eagles are on their division. Cowboys beat the seed.
So, but Lions, good win for the Lions. I'm gonna say good loss for the Bears because you're out of it anyway.
Yeah, I know we're out of it, but
you got 2 picks and right now you have the number 1 pick, not even via you. You would like to see the Bears win a game like that, especially against that 7-2 opponent.
Yeah, I mean we should have won that game against the Lions.
Yeah,
who everybody's praising, but it's the first Justin Fields' first game back. He actually played pretty good.
He had 18 carries on the day too. 16 for 23 passing with 169 yards, 18 carries, 104 yards. So
that's not bad for first game back after a 4-game absence.
Right.
Heartbreaker.
Well, let's talk about the other side of this. Green Bay and Chargers. Charger another game. I'll tell you, I'm the biggest Jordan Love hater. But Jordan Love looked better in this game, and Jordan Love's looked better over the past couple of weeks. Jordan Love threw 27 for 40 with 322 yards and 2 touchdowns. Reed looked good. Reed also three rushes and 46 yards. He has 4 catches for 46 yards. Wicks looked awesome. And Dobbs looked a little more promising than he has in the past couple of weeks. Christian Watson caught a touchdown. They spread the ball out well, but Aaron Jones went down, and that's big for a short week Thanksgiving game.
Yep.
Herbert played well. Herbert led his team in rushing with 73 yards, and he threw 21 for 36 for 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 260 yards. But I think the big story of this game is Brandon Staley's got to get fired within the next loss. He's done. Next loss is out.
If they lose next week, they have to change it up.
Now, I saw some interesting things, and I said this on the show. I think it was me, you, and Josh. But Bill Belichick to the Chargers is more likely to happen. More and more likely to happen. And they're even talking about it on they were talking about on ESPN yesterday. It was on Get Up, the Get Up show. It's like a 7:00 show. But they were talking about Belichick. Belichick has a lot of ties to the LA, and this is his chance to go coach good defense, Justin Herbert, and maybe make one more push in his career for a playoff run. I'm going to ask you now, Squog, would you like to see Belichick coach the Chargers?
Would I like to? Probably not. Best move for him, maybe. That's a tough division. You got Andy Reid with Coach and Bill Belichick in the same division. Ooh.
And you're going to have a new Raiders coach, whether it be Pierce keeping his job or...
that new Raiders coach ain't going to be nothing compared to probably the top 3 or at least top 5 best coaches.
Well, right now, Raiders without we could say a considerably worse roster are outplaying the Chargers and the Broncos. The Raiders are the second team in that division right now.
You think they're outplaying the Broncos?
No, they're a half game behind the Broncos. I would say so. Broncos are hot right now. Broncos have won 4 straight to be 5-5.
Yeah, and they beat pretty good teams.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, Sean Payton too.
Broncos are dangerous right now. They're letting Russ cook.
Dangerous, right? Dangerous.
Dangerous.
But this division is starting to look like one that we thought 2 years ago that was going to be the best division of football because the Raiders are playing well. Or they're playing better. Yeah, they're playing better. You got Broncos playing better. The Chargers are the worst team in that division right now at 4-6. And probably with the top 10 quarterback talent-wise.
Top 10 quarterback and on paper top 10 like playoffs.
Yeah, their roster, their defensive roster is good. They're just not playing well.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's why Staley might get fired, or Staley's going to get fired. That's why Staley's a defensive coach, and he's calling the defensive plays, and he can't make the playoffs with this team. And he has the top quarterback.
Yeah, but I don't know. I haven't heard anything about the Joey Bosa's injury, but that was a big.
Yeah, I think he's done. Joey Bosa's done.
Okay.
Yeah. Look, go into Vegas and Miami. I like the little segues we're having between things there.
Yeah.
That was a game that I had Miami winning every fashion and every bet, and I was rooting so hard for Vegas because they played so well against this team.
Yes.
Tua was 28 for 39, 325 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Mostert, 22 carries, 86 yards. Hill had another electric day. Adams played well. Jacobs did not, but Aiden O'Connell's turnovers kind of hurt them. But 2 of those interceptions that he threw were outstanding plays by
Ramsey.
Jalen Ramsey. Thank you. Jalen Ramsey, the interception in the end zone and the diving interception he had were incredible plays. The Dolphins escape with a win at 20-13 to 20-13 against the Raiders, who with Aiden O'Connell, rookie, they shut down the run game and only win by 7. Is this concerning for Dolphins fans that at home where you play your best football, that you only beat the Raiders by 7 and it really came down to a last pick in the end zone to seal it.
Yeah. Is it concerning? A little bit, because Dolphins, I don't know how many winning teams they have beaten. Usually they get, when they face a tough opponent, they get dominated. Really?
Here's the teams that they've beaten. Chargers
Okay.
under 500. They were technically 0-0. They beat
Okay.
the
Yeah.
Patriots.
Under 5.
Yep. Broncos are now 500, but at the time they're under 500.
They sucked at that time.
Yeah, they beat them 70-20. They beat the Bills, they lost to the
And
Bills.
they got dominated by the Bills.
Yeah. They beat the Giants under 500. Beat the Panthers, who didn't have a win.
Yeah.
Lost to the Eagles.
Yeah.
Beat the Patriots under 500. Lost to the Chiefs, and then they just put the Raiders under 500.
So they haven't really beaten anybody.
Yeah, they're not winning. They're not beating good teams, and they just beat a team that they should have beat handedly. I know the Raiders are a little hot. They only beat them by 7, and it didn't look convincing.
Yeah, it didn't look that convincing, really. Don't know.
Yeah, that's tough. Next game. I was so high on the Commanders this year. And they just got absolutely dominated by the Giants. The Giants were 2-8, now 3-8. Commanders were in playoff position, and the Commanders have now lost 2 straight, and they've lost 4 out of their last 5. They also have a tough schedule. They got Cowboys, Dolphins, at the Rams. They got Jets. That's going to be a tough one. 49ers, Cowboys. 49ers, I'm going to go ahead and say, have been mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. They're not going to make it. They're the last team in the hunt in the NFC with that type of schedule. Tommy DeVito, we went from laughing at him to him having a very good game. It's 18 for 26, 3 touchdowns. Barkley looked awesome. I think also, let me double check this, the turnover ratio, 6 turnovers to 0. And the Commanders weren't out of it. 6 turnovers to 0, and the Commanders threw a pick 6 on the final drive.
Yeah.
That with 16 seconds left. By Isaiah Simmons.
Isaiah Simmons.
Both teams are dead looking for the draft. I mean, there's not much else to say about this.
Both teams they're done. But I'm loving that the Giants won because, like I said, my Bales.
Yeah, that helps the Bears with the draft picks.
2 top 5 picks.
Okay, if you are Commanders and you are Giants, Squog, since they're pretty much dead, what are you looking for both teams in the draft? Because Daniel Jones just signed a contract. Sam Howell's played pretty well until this. He's had a couple of bad games. This is one of them. What are you looking for in the draft for both teams?
For both teams, the Giants, I think I'm looking for maybe O-line or maybe a big-time wide receiver because, like you said they gave Daniel Jones a big contract now, which now you're kind of stuck with him.
Yeah.
So I think they need a big-time wide receiver or get some O-line because the O-line's been really bad. Commanders, that's something on defense. Secondary.
Well, I think you sold out your defensive line.
They still have the 2 defensive tackles, and I think the edge rushers ain't doing too bad since coming. So I think they need more secondary help than D-line.
Well, right now they're picking, if the season ended today, Giants are 5th, right behind the Bears. Commanders are 7th, just 2 behind.
Maybe Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Is it?
Kool-Aid McKinstry, I think is how you say his last name. I don't know. Both of them need a lot of help. Washington, I hope they rebrand again. That would be awesome if they rebranded after this year.
Hey, that would be.
And go call them the Red Hawks or something. Call them something nasty so they can be good.
Something better.
Dallas beat Carolina.
That wasn't much of a game.
Wasn't much of it. Well, it wasn't too bad. It was 17-10 in the 3rd quarter, going into the 4th, and then the Cowboys just completely turned off the gas and they beat the Panthers pretty good.
Yeah, like defense decided they wanted to why we gave up this much points. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't have much to say on this game. I just want to look at the Panthers' schedule.
Yeah, let's see the Panthers.
The path to the number 1 pick for the Bears, Squog.
Yeah,
They got the Titans.
they should lose.
They should. I mean, it's a winnable game, but they should.
It's winnable. It's winnable. Yeah, let's just say
you got the Bucks and Saints and Falcons. You play all of your division, all winnable games, but probably should lose.
Probably should lose.
Packers winnable game, probably should lose. I think the only game they shouldn't win is Week 17 against the Jaguars. I think that's a game that.
And Jags could sit the players depending on the record wise, though.
I'd say they don't because they're not going to have the clear 1 seed or 2 seed, and they're going to be possibly playing for their division because the Texans are right there with them.
Oh yeah, I guess.
And then, yeah, so I say they don't, but I mean that could be a game they sit them a half. They go up and send them a half. But
okay, yeah.
And then the Bucks in the season. I mean, they got all their games left are winnable. If we're saying that, I would say this is probably one of the easiest schedules left in football. Your toughest opponent being the Jaguars.
A lot of division games, and that division's still wide open.
Division's wide open. I mean, standing wise,
it's really those 3 teams besides the Panthers all.
I mean, the Panthers are only 4 games out. Is it crazy? The Panthers are 4 games out of their division.
It's crazy. Let's just say it's crazy.
It's crazy. Okay. A lot of winnable games left, Squog. A lot of winnable games left.
A lot of winnable games, but I just don't see it happening.
That would be the craziest thing in sports. They end up winning that division at like 6 and 11.
Yeah.
7 and 9. Or sorry, 7 and 10.
So 7 and 10.
Yeah. Okay. Enough crazy talk. Cowboys dominate. I think they just kind of they were just cruising that game. I'm
Dak looks good. CD looks great. Tony Pollard actually scored a touchdown.
I was looking at it. I was like, the stats for the Cowboys aren't convincing. They won by 23 points, so I need to quit reading into that. My Jags come out and dominate the Titans. Will Levis scored a couple touchdowns. Will Levis didn't look terrible. 13 for 17, 158 yards, 2 touchdowns. But Trevor Lawrence looked better.
The Prince.
Ridley looked great today. A good receiver. That's huge for the Jags.
That killed me in fantasy.
Yeah. I mean, I needed more Kirk and I have Kirk and Ingram, but
I have Kirk, Ingram, and ETN.
Yeah. But I think other than the Jags dominating and the Jags looking good coming into play, a good convincing win to be playing for your division this week against Houston. This is your division championship right here.
Mm-hmm.
But with how good Lawrence looked, 4 total touchdowns, ran the ball great. The highlight of the game was Jeffrey Simmons' touchdown, 2-yard touchdown pass. that was electric.
Yeah, that was.
I love seeing the big guys score. But
you got that. It wasn't a flea flickle, but
yeah. But my favorite play. I mean,
yeah,
that
big
was
man.
just awesome.
Big man. Yeah, you always have to root for big man.
The Jags have a kind of tough schedule, but also very winnable schedule. You have to beat the Texans this week.
Mm-hmm.
You have Bengals with no Joe Burrow.
Yeah, they should win.
They should win, but it's going to be tough. You have at the Browns. That game's going to come down to the last possession like it has been for Browns.
You think? Yeah, maybe. It just depends on Browns' defense.
You got the Ravens. That's your tough one. That's your toughest.
That's a tough one.
Then you got Bucks, Panthers, Titans in the year.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
So, on counterpoint, Texans have an easy schedule.
Oh, is it easy? I thought it was difficult.
You got the Jags.
Yeah.
You got the hot Broncos.
Yeah.
You do got the Jets. But I mean, right now they're starting Boyle
They
or
don't
Zach
know who
Wilson.
they're starting.
Yeah. Then you got Titans twice. You got the Browns as well, and you're at the Colts.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty difficult.
It's I mean, no, there's no Ravens in it. No more Bengals left in it. You already beat the Bengals with Joe Burrow.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It is. We're in a scary spot. Jags
It's
are.
kind of everybody's rooting for Texans because no one has seen that they're being this good, but it's also the Texans, so it's like I don't know how good they'll really are.
Yeah. You gotta beat the Jags. Just gotta beat them. That's all there is to it. They gotta beat them this week. This is a must win
Yeah,
for the Jags.
must win. Well, actually,
Must.
must win for both teams, really.
Yeah, I think the Texans have an easier route to the playoffs after this week.
But with the record, they have to win because they'd be in the
Well,
wild card.
you gotta think about it too. Browns, even though they're 7-3, they're lacking a quarterback. That could hurt them in the last couple weeks.
It depends on their schedule.
The Steelers don't know which direction they're going with their firing, and you do got the Bills, but then you got the Colts, the Broncos that you should be ahead of, the Burrowless Bengals, the Raiders. I just think that the way the Texans are playing, they should be able to outlast some of these teams.
Yeah, we'll see.
With that schedule.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. All right. Well, segue into the Texans.
Yeah,
This is the good news about the Texans right here too. CJ Stroud had his worst half of professional football.
let it fly.
And they still beat the Cardinals. Now, the Cardinals looked better with Kyler. They looked better with Kyler. But you beat a team with your rookie quarterback playing his worst half of football, throwing 3 interceptions.
Yeah,
that's good news for the Texans. Yeah.
Tank Dell, baby.
Tank Dell. Singletary looks good.
Singletary looks good. Yep.
That was one thing that you beat me on last year was I thought Chase Edmonds was going to have a better year than Singletary. Now, Chase Edmonds did get hurt. He got cut. He got traded.
he got cut.
Yeah.
Then he got injured.
No, he got injured, then cut, then injured. Yeah.
Okay.
Because he missed 2 weeks before he got cut.
And what was this year that I'm winning?
What is it?
Amari Cooper.
Versus T. Higgins? Well, T. Higgins has also missed a couple games too.
I win there.
And
I said Amari Cooper, it's just as good as T. Higgins.
But
he's like, no.
But I was
like, yes.
But counterpoint, Burrow was hurt and playing hurt, and the whole
Watson.
The whole offense was down when Burrow was down.
Okay, so Watson was hurt too.
But with that,
Nick Chubb injured too.
But with that, Cooper doesn't have a counterpoint wide receiver that takes away those targets with an injury.
So
Cooper's the wide receiver.
You're trying, and to make it. Oh, Cooper. No,
I stand my ground on this.
Yeah, okay.
I stand my ground on this.
I'm staying my ground too. He was like, T. Higgins is so much better. You got my dog now.
When you have a healthy Burrow, he is. When you have a healthy Burrow, T. Higgins is better.
Barely. Not by a whole bunch of miles where you think.
I mean, I still say he's still better though. You agree with me? He's better.
I agree that T. Higgins is a little bit better, but you think it's like so much that.
Here's the thing. He has a top 5 receiver with him, so it eats up so much. Wait till he's a number 1 option like Cooper. If you put T. Higgins in Cooper's spot this year, Cooper outplays T. Higgins. Or sorry, T. Higgins outplays Cooper.
Maybe.
I stand my ground. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Let's keep on going.
Texans 21. Arizona 16. This game, next game made me very, very mad because it ruined two of my parlays.
No.
It ruined two of my parlays. One of my parlays was McCaffrey scored touchdown.
Yeah.
Check.
Check.
Ayuk scored touchdown. Check. Purdy 2+ passing touchdowns. Check. 49ers minus 13.5.
Oh, dang.
They win by 13. Lost by 0.5 point. That was so sad. But anyway, 49ers, for all of you Brock Purdy ain't good haters out there, 21 for 25, 333 yards, 3 touchdowns. Absolutely flawless today.
Mm-hmm.
Brock Purdy is elite, and I will not have any slander on it. Yes, you could say when Debo was hurt, when Trent Williams, the best left tackle in the league, was hurt, he looked terrible. The offense is built, yes, for Debo. When anybody's left tackle comes out, your blind side comes out, you're going to have these at least thoughts in the back of your head that, hey, the best left tackle's out. I'm gonna have someone on my butt the whole game. Someone chasing me from behind. You don't know what's gonna happen from behind. Also, the guy that we put in motion every single play, and the guy that everyone's watching every single play, minus McCaffrey, is out. That offense is gonna struggle. I don't care who you are. Mm-hmm. Brock Purdy is elite. He's making throws. He's making plays. He's getting out of the pocket when he needs to and making a play. He's dropping breadbasket type throws into people's arms. Brock Purdy's elite, and I will take no more slander of it, Squog.
Yeah, he's playing good.
Yeah,
that was a great game for him.
And then I still like Mayfield a lot. He didn't look great, but
yeah, I still like Mayfield. I hope he keeps on.
Well, let's talk about this. Two of the NFC South teams were out. They won their bye weeks this week. Yeah. The Saints and the Falcons won the bye because Bucks lost, and Bucks were leading the division.
Bucks and Panthers lost.
Who do you take to win that division? You have the Saints 5-5, Falcons and Bucks 4-6. Who do you take to win that division out of those three teams?
Saints.
See, I'm taking Bucks. I think
the Bucks.
I think the Bucks can win that division. They're all going to play each other. They're going to beat up on each other. But when it comes down to it, your best quarterback in that division is Baker Mayfield. Your best wide.
You think he's better than Derek?
I do.
Okay.
Your best wide receiver core. Probably Olave is the best receiver, but the core is the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
I think the best defense is the Buccaneers.
Ooh, okay.
I know Dean's out. I don't know how long Dean's out, but the Bucks. I'm taking the Bucks to win that division.
Okay.
And I'm going to put $20 on it right now.
You're going to put $20 on it right now.
Bet responsibly. Hard Rock Cafe or Hard Rock Casino sponsor me. I'm a New Florida better. Anyway.
I don't get the bets anymore. I'm not your bookie.
I know. Do I have any money on my account for that?
I don't know. Haven't been on.
All right, you'll have to check it for me because I might make a couple bets through you. Okay. Bills 32, Jets 6. Zach Wilson got benched. The offense is terrible. Bills looked good. Bills looked back. The play was, what's the little receiver's name? Is it Shahid? Shakir? Shahid's on the Saints. Shakir's on the that touchdown he had was awesome. Josh Allen didn't make. He had one interception, but
that's guaranteed.
Yeah.
Okay. No, Moose.
Who is that?
Moose.
I haven't met Moose yet. Ty Johnson looks awesome. Ty Johnson was a former Jet. He looked awesome in the pass game, 3 for 47 and a touchdown. I like the direction the Bills are heading. They're not in the playoffs yet. They're the 8th seed right now, Squog. They do have the Eagles, Chiefs, Cowboys, Chargers, Dolphins left on their schedule.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tough road, but if they play football like this, I know you play
They
Zach
have to
Wilson.
beat at least one of those good teams.
Yeah.
The Eagles, Chiefs, or Cowboys?
They have to beat more than that because they're a game out of the playoffs. They're not even tied.
Well, I'm just saying they have the other ones at the end, but they have to beat.
Well, the other ones at the end are Patriots, which is a tough, and Dolphins.
When they dominated the Dolphins and Dolphins.
It's going to be week 18. The only reason why they beat the Dolphins like they did the first time is because the Dolphins are resting because they clinched the division.
They dominated the Dolphins during the season. It wasn't even a close game.
But you can't sit here and just say win. Against a team that's 7-3 and the best offense in football.
Best offense. It's just Tyreek, and they, like I said, like we just said, they haven't beat anyone that good.
I know they haven't squawked, but like they're still a good team. You can't take that away from them.
I'm not taking it away from them.
You just said win. Like no big deal. I'm
just saying it's gonna be.
All right. Well, anyway, Bills look good.
Yeah. Hopefully. Just the first game, isn't it? With the new Oaksy.
Yeah. Rams 17, Seahawks 16. Like typical NFC West matchup. I still need the Rams squad. Remember when I made that bet?
Yeah, needing 7 wins.
I need 7. Was it over 6.5 or over 7.5?
Ooh, I can't remember.
I took the Rams whenever they looked good at the beginning of the season. After they knocked off they beat the Seahawks. They barely lost. They were 1-2 and barely lost to the Bengals. I took them to have over, I think, either 6.5, 7 wins. They got the Cardinals next. Should win. Browns and Ravens.
Running back this week.
What?
They get Kyrie back this week. The running back.
Oh, okay, nice. Kyron, right? Kyron Williams?
Yeah, Kyron Williams, yep. He's supposed to come back.
But you got the Cardinals. Anything can happen in these Browns games. I'm never counting the Browns as an automatic loss for a team because offense is going to be struggling. But you got the Cardinals, Browns, Ravens. So 2 tough ones could lose. But then you have the Commanders, Saints, Giants, all winnables, and you end with the 49ers, who could be resting, could not be resting. The Rams, do you think that they need, if it's 7.5, they need 4 more wins? There's 4 more winnable games 5 more winnable games on the schedule.
Yeah, it could happen.
It could happen. But what cost? The only reason why they won this game because Geno went out and didn't come back until the final drive. That's how bad Drew Lock was playing. I don't like that look. You sit out until the final drive. Like if you're hurt, don't play. Or you're good, go play. But Geno came back, almost led the game-winning drive, but a shanked field goal. Kenneth Walker goes down. That's tough. Charbonnet. Are the Seahawks in trouble, Squawk?
Seahawks in trouble if Geno's injured.
Well, not just Geno, because Kenneth Walker's hurt.
Ooh, yeah, Kenneth. No, because Charbonnet, he looks pretty decent. Well, we don't know what he looks like, but
listen to the Seahawks.
Mostly a passing team since.
Listen to the Seahawks schedule. Before I tell you the Seahawks schedule, the Seahawks are the 6th seed right now. They are 2 games ahead of the Packers, Rams, Falcons, Bucks. So you do got a 2-game lead. You got the 49ers.
Loss, probably.
Cowboys.
Oof.
49ers again.
Oof.
Eagles.
Oh, they're in trouble.
Then you got the Titans. Should win that one.
Should win that one. Maybe.
Then you got the Steelers.
Oof.
At the toss-up, and then you end it with a divisional game on the road in Arizona.
That should win.
I mean, you got four losable games in a row. Are the Seahawks in trouble?
The Seahawks are in trouble.
Are we in panic mode right now? I mean, you could go from 6-4 right now to 4-8. Or sorry, 6-8.
6-8. Oof. Yeah, they're in trouble.
The good news with the NFC West, or sorry, the NFC, the 7 seed's probably going to be a 500 or lower team.
Yeah.
The Seahawks are in trouble.
Seahawks are in trouble.
That loss was bad. You needed that
Yeah.
win. If they were 7-3 going into next week, Seahawks are not in trouble. They have that wiggle room to lose those games.
Yes.
That hurt.
Yeah, yep. Oof.
Speaking of losses
that must win.
Speaking of losses that hurt, giving up a game-winning drive to Russell Wilson on Sunday Night Football.
Ooh,
Vikings lost 20-21. The Vikings covered the spread. There was plus 2.5. That was great. Listen to this loss on this bet.
Yeah, okay.
Vikings 2.5. Check. Cortland Sutton touchdown. Check. Josh Dobbs touchdown. Check. TJ Hawkinson over 55.5 yards. He got 55 yards. I lost by half a yard.
Ooh, yeah.
Another bad beat. I was bad beats all over the NFL this week. I woke up like 3 times in the middle of the night to check to see if there was a stat correction on the game to give me 56 yards. And it wasn't. But bad loss. Vikings are still the 7 seed. You just heard the trouble the Seahawks are in, so that might gain you a spot. But you do got the Bears, Raiders, Joe Burrow-less Bengals, Lions, Packers, Lions. You have a lot of winnable games left.
Yeah.
Josh Dobbs has got to play how he's been playing, and I think and you get Justin Jefferson back.
Oh yeah. Well, if he ever comes back, he has to be healthy.
He's supposed to come back.
Is he supposed to? I thought you said not until he's 100% wealthy and he doesn't care what fancy people say.
Yeah, but I don't know. He's scheduled on fantasy to come back.
He's scheduled on fantasy to come back, but
that has to do with injury reports. So, like they have to say, hey, he's healthy or he's not healthy.
Participating in practices.
Yeah. I'm rooting for the Vikings to get in the playoffs. I love seeing that purple and yellow in the playoffs.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah. Well, don't worry, Squad, because your orange and navy is not going to be there ever. It seems like.
Oh, don't even.
The last game, the reason why I'm repping the Eagles jersey, Brian Dawkins. I need a Kelly Green jersey still.
Ravens black. I want one of those Ravens black jerseys.
That was sick too. Philadelphia 21, Chiefs 17. Another bad beat by me. I had Eagles check. DeAndre Swift touchdown check. Kelsey under 7.5 receptions check. I believe I didn't even check his receptions, but I forgot what my bad beat was. Hold on, I texted it to Dylan Jimenez. I took the over at 45.5. That was my bad beat this game. Now,
I was looking that over too.
If Scantling catches that touchdown, the over hits. The Eagles go down, drive, overtime. It's 24-24, and the over hits.
If the Eagles drove and got a field goal?
The Eagles had 3. If Scantling catches that, it's a minute 50 left, and Eagles have 3 timeouts. There's no way that Jalen Hurts does not lead them down for a touchdown or for a field goal with 3 timeouts.
Maybe it's just how the game was going. I don't know.
Well, they played awesome in the second half. What's concerning in this game, and not just this game, the last 3 games, the Chiefs have not scored a touchdown in the second half in the last 3 games.
2 games, yeah.
Are the Chiefs in trouble coming to the playoffs?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Are Chiefs still your favorite to win the AFC?
Yeah.
Yeah, I still go Ravens. I still
Still go Ravens?
the only reason why the Ravens don't win the AFC, which this is what they got to do every playoff game. They got to take a lead. They cannot play from behind. They
Yeah.
cannot go into the second half playing from behind.
Okay.
And if they're playing from behind, it's by 1 score.
Mm.
If they go into a second half down by 2 scores or any point go down 2 scores, the Ravens don't win. But other than that, this is the Ravens. That's the Ravens playoffs.
Okay.
Ravens
I mean,
are
I would love it because I love the Ravens. But Chiefs, the Chiefs defense is playing great. It's just the offense, which I feel like they will get that right as playoffs.
Also in this game, it seemed like Jalen Hurts got sacked 100 times in the first half. Jones had 2, McDuffie had 2, Karlaftis had 1. There's 5 sacks. It seemed like he was always under pressure. I doesn't show. There's quarterback hits 2, 3, 4. They had 4 quarterback hits along with 5 sacks, 9 tackles for loss. The Chiefs defense was so good, then all of a sudden, just Eagles turned it on, and it was the Eagles' game.
Yep. Yep. It's just Kelsey played bad. Mahomes didn't play that great, and then a lot of drop passes by the Chiefs wide receivers, and then Andy Reid needs to do a little bit better coaching for the second half. He needs to do the adjustments.
The Scantling touchdown that he dropped, and then the Christian Watson. Is it Christian Watson? Is that his name? I know his last name's Watson. Christian Watson's the one that plays for the.
Yeah, that's for Packs.
Right. Watson. Hold on. Let me get his first name. He caught the ball. Oh, Justin Watson. He was their leading receiver. On 4th and 25, when the Eagles are in a prevent defense, Mahomes put one right there for Watson and he dropped it.
Yep.
It's just, but
just imagine if they get a big time receiver. And
I think that's their focus of the draft. They need to draft a good, solid receiver or trade to get one or sign one in free agency. But they're definitely missing. We're definitely missing Tyreek Hill. Yeah. But you can't say that they can't do it without Tyreek because they won the Super Bowl last year without Tyreek.
Oh yeah, they won the Super Bowl last year.
Now you just
they had Juju and receivers.
Was Juju an X factor for that Super Bowl run last year?
I don't think so. I don't think he did much.
Hold on. I don't think so. I
think it was Tooney that got the touch.
Tony played well last year, but Juju's I'm looking up his 2022 stats real quick. Hold on, if I can find 2022, because you know how these things are. You have to click it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just want to see 2022 stats. This is recent games. I don't want recent games. I want 2022. Okay, 2022. He only had 78 receptions, under 1,000 yards, 3 touchdowns. It wasn't like he had an outstanding year.
Kelsey gets all the.
Oh, here we go. This is his game logs. Juju's best game, week 15, he had a 10 reception, 88-yard game. And the week before that against the Broncos, that was against the Texans last year and the Broncos last year, 9 for 74. And he had another 10 for 88 game, a 7 for 124, and a 5 for 113. Other than that, his stats weren't.
It was mediocre because they spread the ball pretty good.
In the Super Bowl, he had 7 receptions for 53 yards.
That's pretty. 7 receptions.
But the Bengals game, he had 1 for 7, and the Jaguars game, he had 2 for 29.
Well, when they
Yeah.
won that game, it's all about the Super Bowl.
Right. That is
Travis
week.
Kelsey's what got all that.
That is week. Um,
Week
week
10.
11. That was week 11.
Oh, was it week 11?
We need to
Okay.
talk week 12. Week 12. We're starting off with.
Thanksgiving.
Wait. Before we do this,
Okay.
we need to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. If you want to listen to us for the week 12 preview and split it up, because we already did it. We got almost an hour in. This is a good time to pause it, come back to us later, finish this another time. But the week 12, we're going to preview it. So if you want to save the preview for another time, like I listen to podcasts when I'm at work in between, like when I have some time, like my lunch break, my recess, I'll plug in my headphone while we're at recess. I'm a teacher. Or like I listen to it in the morning or during my planning. So this is a good time now to pause and listen to it if you have to work on Friday or something. But we do have 4 games before this weekend, and we're going to start talking them now. The first one, let me pull it up on my phone actually, because I want the overs and unders. The first one, Lions, 7.5-point favorites against the Packers, 46.5 over, total points. Squog, who do you got and why?
I have the Lions and 7.5 points. I'm not a big fan of those. Packers have been pretty hot, but maybe I'll take the Lions in the points for the Lions, 7.5.
Lions in the points. Yeah, I'm definitely taking Lions. I think in my parlay, I'm going to take an alternate and just go down to 2.5 just to be safe. It is an early Thanksgiving game. Love has been playing better. I don't know if I'm going to take the over or not, just because it's a short week of football.
Mm-hmm.
The game's going to be played differently. But I think this style of game favors the Lions, especially because Aaron Jones got a little banged up last week too.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Lions win this one as well. I'm with you. I will have a parlay for each game on
I already
Thursday.
have like 24 parlay for Thanksgiving games.
Yeah, I'm going to have one for each game for Thursday and Friday, and I'm going to have a whole Thursday slate and a Thursday and Friday slate. So I'm going to be booked with parlays. I'm excited for it.
Mm-hmm.
Next one, I think we're both in consensus. Dallas, 12.5-point favorites over Washington. I'm going to start by saying I'm glad this game is the 4:30 game. We're starting Thanksgiving at 2 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So I will be watching that Lions game during that, but then I get a whole break because the only thing I'm looking for in this one is probably like Dak throwing his second touchdown of the game. That's catching my parlay. CD catching his 100th yard. I'll probably throw that in my parlay. But there's no way Washington wins this game, right?
No.
Does Washington make it?
Sounds like you got Tim the Tapman's bet going.
Haven't even looked at it.
He haven't even looked at it.
No.
He picked Dak with the 2 touchdowns and CD over his yardage, which is 94.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to take there. It is Thanksgiving, and sometimes they show out on Thanksgiving, and I think that CD is going to show out. CD Squog is good. He's really good at football.
Oh yeah, he's good. He's a great route runner.
Yeah. Where did my things other go? Another game, it's interesting. San Francisco, 7-point favorites against Seattle. Seattle's hosting the night game of Thanksgiving. I don't know what Geno's status is. I'm sure he's going to play if he came in to finish that game. But, the 49ers still win this, right?
Oh, yeah. Give me the 49ers. Give me the points.
Yeah, he was limited Tuesday, elbow injury, feeling better. A short week leading up to Thanksgiving game. It just depends on how he practices today. Today's Wednesday, by the way. I'm going 49ers. I think I'm going to take the 7-point spread because all that does in the sports book is a push and it just takes it out. So, and I think I might take the over in this game, over 43.
Oh, 43? Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think I might have made that my.
I would have to
pick.
wait till to
I
see
did.
what Gino.
So what I also did is I tried to squeeze in all the games today and tomorrow, sorry, Thursday and Friday in into my weekly bets.
Mm-hmm.
So me and Ram are the only ones to make our weekly bets right now.
I probably will too, but
yeah, I got 3 of the 4 in. I just couldn't find anywhere for the Cowboys to fit because I think the over was a little too high because the Cowboys defense is elite. So I took the over in the San Francisco game, 43.
okay.
I don't hate it. I don't hate that at all.
Yeah.
And I got it in at 43. That's what I sent in ours. ESPN. So all odds on ESPN bets are what we're looking at on the computer right now. But on our end, it's 7 points via FanDuel. That's your Thanksgiving, Squog. I'm cooking up. I mean, my parlay, my whole parlay is going to be Detroit, Dallas, San Francisco to win. That's just going to be a money line parlay and Dolphins to win on Friday night. But
yeah,
I'm just going to cook that one up, a money line, and then I'm going to cook up something else. But I don't see.
I'm making a bunch of bets this week and probably lose them all.
Yeah,
and lose a lot of money, but
I think I'm going to take a touchdown parlay for these 4 games too. Just go. It's simple. David Montgomery, CeeDee Lamb, Christian McCaffrey, touchdowns. I mean that's for Thanksgiving. That's
definitely possible.
Yeah. The Friday game is at 3:00. Black Friday. Dolphins 7-3 at the 4-6 Jets. The line is 9.5 as of today on FanDuel. On ESPN, it is also 9.5. I'm guessing Hard Rock. That's what I bet on. Is 9.5. Tim Boyle starting. I let me see if I can find it, Squog. But I had interesting stats that I saw on interesting stats on Tim Boyle.
Okay.
But I mean, you don't see any way that the Dolphins lose this game.
Yeah, I don't see it.
It's interesting to me because they played so bad against the Raiders, and I know the Raiders just beat the Jets, and there's going to be no offense for the Jets. I mean, this might be the worst offense the Jets have in a long time, but
hey, it's Aaron Rodgers that's jogging.
But I don't see a world now where
I know that they still have a chance when he comes back.
Yeah.
If he comes back.
I can't find the exact stat, but it was like he played. So Tim Boyle played for UConn.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in one season he had 1 touchdown, 13 interceptions.
Whew.
Then went to Eastern Kentucky. He led the conference, or Western Kentucky. He led the conference with like 2,100 pass yards, but only had a 9 touchdown to 13 interception ratio.
Mm.
And then he's played 3 games in NFL, and it was 0 touchdowns to 3 interceptions.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Is there not better quarterbacks out there than Tim Boyle?
There's better QBs out there.
I mean, Cam Newton is still.
Cam? Hey, I don't want to see it. Colin Kaepernick?
I at this point, Squog, I'm not against that. I like Carson Wentz is on the Rams. Matt Ryan's still out there. Colt McCoy's still out there. Flacco, Nick Foles is still out there. Trevor Siemian, Bryce Perkins, EJ Perry. I'm just looking at the top 10. I don't even know some of them. But here's an interesting one, Squad, that I don't know why no one's looked into this, or I know they probably have. Chad Kelly, old Ole Miss quarterback, just won the Offensive Player of the Year in the Canadian Football League. They won the championship the year before. They did get bounced this year, but I know he's got the little Johnny Manziel. He got arrested before the draft, and I don't think he ended up getting drafted. And Chad Kelly, why not look at him to come over for the Jets and play a couple of games?
I don't know.
It's dumbfounding to me that Tim Boyle is the starting quarterback for the Jets right now.
And
they've kept Zach Wilson for this long.
Yeah, Zach Wilson probably is done.
Pittsburgh, Cincinnati. If you ask me this with Burrow in the game, I say no doubt Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Now I just think toss up.
Yeah.
Browning didn't look terrible. Higgins might come back. Sam Hubbard's questionable. He might play, but the line is split. I mean, it's an even money line right now. It's 1 point spread Pittsburgh. It's a pick 'em money line. I got Matt Canada. The offense is definitely going to change. Different play calling.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to come down to Kenny Pickett, and I mean Kenny Pickett's playing for his job. He's playing for a job as a starting quarterback. Is he going to be a Zach Wilson, or is he going to be better than Zach Wilson at this point?
Yeah.
And it's tough to say because he's playing for his job against a good defense.
Mm-hmm.
But it is I don't know, man. It's just a pick 'em. If you ask me right now to pick, I'm picking Kenny Pickett because of the quarterback change and no Burrow. I think that's what it's going to boil down to.
No Burrow. You know what? I might pick the Bengals just because no offense. It depends on if T. Higgins comes back. Jamal Chase and T. Higgins and Brownie has a whole week practicing with them.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually it is a whole week because that's a Sunday game.
It is a Sunday game, yeah. The other thing is Mika Fitzpatrick might come back too, which is huge.
No, that's huge.
Yeah, but I like the Bengals. When the Rams left me, I was rooting for them for a while. I'm just a big Burrow fan.
You were going all over the place. I mean, you had 5 teams.
I did. Listen, Squog. I started out as soon as the Rams left. I tried the Raiders first thing. Do you know that?
Yeah, right.
Do you remember that?
Yeah,
because of Amari Cooper. I love Amari Cooper.
Yeah, now you.
I don't hate Amari Cooper. I still love Amari Cooper. I just don't think he's better than T. Higgins. But I tried the Raiders. I failed.
Yep.
I tried the Cowboys when Amari Cooper went there.
I was wondering if you would say them. You did.
Yep. I quit that in about a week. That was the most disgusting thing I ever did. Joe Burrow got drafted.
Yeah.
I tried them.
Yep.
And when it boils down to it, Squawk, I'm never going to like a team as much as I did the St. Louis Rams. I mean, that's even Blues. That's the Cardinals.
Yeah.
The Rams were my team.
I get it. I get it.
We didn't miss a game. Football is my favorite. Now, but this is why I'm trying the Jags and I'm going all in on the Jags because we're going to get season tickets next year.
Oh.
And because I'm only an hour and like 15 minutes away.
That sounds dope.
I'm going to get season tickets to the Jags next year. And I think when I go all in like that, I'm going to be able to stay all in on that.
Yeah.
So, but back to this, I'm rooting for the Bengals. I want to see them succeed. Because of Joe Burrow, but I just think the Bengals season's over.
Can be.
And I think you got some holes that you're gonna have to fill. Probably T. Higgins. I think you go out and draft a receiver.
T. Higgins is gone after this year.
You're gonna probably be, with how tight it is, you're gonna be a top 10 pick, I would say, with Joe Burrow getting hurt.
Okay.
I think you get a receiver in that top 10 for the Bengals.
Really? Okay. Picking O-line because they got to
They're
protect you.
Yeah. I mean, O-line's cheaper to sign than a receiver. So,
Well, they don't have to sign a big-time receiver. They already have one.
but you can get.
Just
That's what I'm
need
saying.
a guy with a compliment.
You can get a
You got
rookie.
Boyd, too. I don't know what Boyd's contract.
I don't know Boyd's contract off my head, but Boyd that drop. I mean, Boyd. That's the thing about Boyd, man. Good receiver.
Oh,
But-
yeah. No other teams is going to have no like a Chase and a Higgins, two number ones.
No.
There's not that many teams, so you got to get some realistic expectations.
Bengals should have dealt
the
T.
number two
Higgins.
guy.
The Bengals should have dealt T. Higgins at the deadline.
They should have. They really should have to get something.
Um,
It's not going to get anything now.
Tampa, 4-6 on the road in Indy. Indy's the 1.5 point favorites on this. I was surprised by that.
Mm-hmm.
JT. Yeah, JT. It looks like we got a pretty Carlton Davis and Jamal Dean are questionable. So Levante David's questionable. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and spoil it. I took the Buccaneers as my upset team this week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Usually you don't like the Bucks.
I usually don't, but I'm taking them this week. Just because I don't know, man. I love Gardner Minshew, but it's just
Minshew.
Minshew versus Baker Mayfield is probably my favorite quarterback matchup this week.
Yeah.
All-time high vibes there.
Yes.
I like the Bucks in this one. I'm taking
You
the
like
Bucks.
the Bucks? Yeah.
And I like the over a lot too. Over is at 42. Gosh, man, I might change my picks up.
That's actually I would like that too. I like that too.
All right, I'm not taking the Bucks in my upset. I'm taking the over. Let me just make sure it's not different on our sports book.
Yeah.
That means I got to find another upset. It is over 43.5. I'm taking it.
You're taking it?
Yeah. Spoiler. Which means my 49ers picks gone. I took away another thing.
Yeah.
I had my backup anyway. Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, you're with me, Bucks?
I don't know. Where are they at Colts?
They're in Indy. I don't know if they made a decision on if the roof's going to be closed or not, but
I think I'm taking Indy. They just had a bye week.
I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable making the $50 bet on this one.
What?
I'm not comfortable making the $50 bet.
You're not comfortable?
No.
I paid you, so
yeah. Saints Falcons, huge for the division.
Yeah, that's huge. That's a huge game.
If the Falcons win it, the Falcons win and the Bucks win, we have a 3-way tie for first place in NFC South.
Yep.
And all three are under 500.
Yep, there we go.
Just how we like it.
Record. I don't know what the division record.
Hear me. They'd all be 5-6.
Yeah, I meant no, the division though. Yeah, they are in the division record.
Oh yeah.
Not standing.
If the Falcons win, Falcons will be in first place. They'd be 3-0 in the division.
3-0. Oh man, they'd be 3-0 if they win.
Yeah. Hear me out. If Falcons win, Bucks win, Panthers win, Panthers are only 3 games out of the division. With a good schedule left.
No.
Anyway.
It's not happening.
I know. Belichick versus rematch of the 2 Super Bowls. Belichick versus the Giants. I don't even know who's quarterbacking for. Is it going to be Bailey Zappi? Is it going to be Mac Jones?
No, I don't know.
Patriots are 3-point favorites at a 2-8 record. Under is 34.5. 33.5.
Okay. 33.
Squad.
I don't know.
Take the under.
I don't think I'm that brave enough. Who was it that took the 34? The Steelers, Browns.
I hit. It was Josh, I think.
It was Josh. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't think I'm as brave as Josh. That's why Josh is tied with number one.
Squad. Tommy DeVito looked good last week.
He looked pretty decent, but that was his only week compared to all the other
But
weeks.
I mean, it's his third game.
He passed it to Saquon. That's why.
Hey,
Give it
sometimes
to
that works.
Saquon. He's your offense.
This is going to be one game that does not hit my TV. I don't even think it's going to come on the Red Zone channel.
No, it might come on once in a blue moon. Let's just show who scored the ball.
And if it's on the Red Zone channel, I think my eyes will turn. Like, I will immediately fall asleep.
Look at your phone.
Yeah. Another ugly game that no one cares about. Over under 36.5. 3.5 point spread favor the Titans hosting Carolina. I'm just saying, Squog, if Carolina wins this game and Saints lose, they're only 3 out of the division.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But
it's true. With that being
Bones
said,
should be come back, right? Brian Bones. I think he's back.
He's not on the injury report.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Yeah. I'm taking Titans.
Yeah, I'm taking Titans too.
Yeah. You need the Titans. That's
yeah. Oh yeah, I need everybody that faces the Panthers.
Yeah, and Titans are good at home. All 3 of their wins have been at home. They're 3-1 at home.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Give the ball to Derrick Henry.
No, give the ball to Hopkins. I need a big Will Levis game today or this week.
This week, nah. You give it to your offense guy.
A big game for my future. Rams at Arizona. It is a complete pick 'em. The spread on ESPN Bet is -0. It's a pick 'em.
It's even. Okay.
It's even.
So you can't choose your favorite your underdog for that game.
Yeah. Puka's hurt. He's questionable. Puka Koopa is questionable. I don't know. I mean, I need the Rams to win. I hate rooting for the Rams, but for that future bet, I hope it's 6.5. I hope we got it at 6.5.
Yeah, I think it's 6.5.
If that's huge if it is, because the Rams win this, I mean they got to hit that. Again, not much to say. Here's the thing about this Sunday, the slates of games. If you have something to do in the morning or during the first set of games, go do it. Because here's the games. Here's the games in the morning: Pittsburgh and Cincy.
Yep.
Tampa, Indy.
Mm-hmm.
Saints, Falcons.
Yep.
Patriots, Giants. Carolina, Tennessee. That's it. And then you
that's it. There was no and. It's just that's it.
But then you come with I hope my wife can't hear. If you have something to do this weekend, you might want to watch college football on Saturday instead. Just tell your wife, hey, babe, there's no, or your girlfriend, hey, babe, there's no football this Sunday. They decided to take the week off because of Thanksgiving. Let's go do something. And then come back and, you're not missing anything until 4:25.
4:20, the second game, second slate.
Yeah. But yeah.
Whoa!
Cleveland, Denver. I mean, this won't be a bad game.
Yeah.
It's going to be ugly, but it's not going to be you definitely had worse games.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 teams fighting for the playoffs. Denver wins this squad. They're in the playoffs. They will be in the playoff record-wise.
Yeah.
I believe so. If that stands, let's see. Let me go back to my standings before I spit false facts. But not quite. They're almost there.
They're almost there. It's just...
I mean, Steelers. If Steelers got to lose, but you gotta have a couple things that happen. Oh wait, there is a game we got to talk about. That sorry, the way my ESPN's set up, there's a better 1 o'clock game that we'll have to talk about. But anyway, Denver, and you just gotta have a couple things loose. You gotta have a couple things loose. But Denver would be on their way to the playoffs. Let's say that.
Yeah. If you keep on winning, yeah, you're on your way.
I like what Sean Payton's doing, and this would be a huge win for the playoffs race in general. Like the Browns losing here would be awesome for the NFL.
Yes.
But then the Browns
because they're not going to win a playoff game.
No. We need to backtrack. We had the Texans Jags at a 1 o'clock game. It's just the way.
Yeah, that's
it's because game. Jags are my favorite on ESPN, so it puts it at the front. And I'm going in order of the thing, and it's time based up there. Biggest game in Jags history right
here. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Actually, Texans
biggest
too.
Game in Texans history right here.
Yep.
This is a must win for both franchises.
Yes.
Yeah. Jags are favorites. Let me click on it. Oh. Jags are. Of course, I clicked the wrong thing. Jags are 1-point favorites. Sorry, they opened up 1 point. Jags are now 2-point favorites. The over-under is at 48.5. That's a lot of points for this type of game. This is a playoff type game right here.
Yeah, it is.
It's gonna be a good one, Squog, and I'm excited. Jags are also 4-0 on the road, but Texans are 4-1 at home. This game is going to be everything that you want to see.
Yeah, it's going to be. Hopefully, it's a good one.
I might watch this over watching Red Zone.
Ooh, okay.
Hot take.
This one might be on Red Zone though. The only one.
Yeah, I might watch this over watching Red Zone. Or I might have it 2 TVs side by side, Jags, Red Zone, and just have the volume on the Jags game. Commercials and all.
Commercials and all.
I'm very excited for this game. Now, I think if both teams lose, there's no panic. The Jags.
More panic for the Texans, but still.
Yeah. Both teams have a good schedule.
I think Texans they're overachieving, so they're not really too much worried.
Right.
If they want to get to the playoffs, yes.
Man, I'm excited for this game. This is going to be a good game. Kansas City at Vegas.
At Vegas.
Kansas City opens up at 9-point favorites. It has moved to 8.5. 42 over, under.
Mm-hmm.
If Kansas City's defense plays like they did against the Eagles, I think Kansas City.
They've been playing like that this whole year, really, though.
Yeah, but if they continue to play like this, Kansas City wins, I think, pretty handily. But Vegas, even with the 7-point loss, Vegas is still hot. That's a good loss.
Oh yeah, that's still.
You held Miami to 20 points. You're in the game. You have a last drive. It's a good loss.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for the Raiders. I like to see that upset.
Yeah.
Yeah. The game of the week, probably, other than the Jags Texans. I'm pretty sure this is America's game of the week. Eagles are hosting the Bills. 3.5-point favorites, Eagles. 48.5 over under. I'm going to. Oh God, Bills looked so good last week.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But that's Jet, though, and they all kind of in a downward spiral.
I might watch this game without Red Zone too.
Okay.
I'm excited for both these games.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take Eagles. I think the Eagles are just too hot, man.
Yeah,
Eagles are too good.
I'd take Eagles too, but
yeah. Why don't the Eagles push every play?
I don't know.
Against Chris Jones and that defense of the
Chiefs, anybody that's a guaranteed 2 yards played.
There was 1 point
It's not
Squog.
1st and 10. It's 1st and 8 every time they play.
It's incredible. It's gonna get banned.
I mean, it kind of has to.
Yeah.
But I don't know because it's just them that can do it. Any other team can't.
I hope this is a shootout, though. I hope there's a lot of points. And I'm playing against AJ Brown, so I hope that the Bills' defense plays the way that.
No, I need AJ Brown.
Yeah, no. I hope the Bills' defense plays the way they did against. Yeah, all my players play Sunday. I have one Thursday, CMC. All right. Baltimore Chargers. It's your Sunday night game. Baltimore's 4-point favorites. The Chargers, just Chargers squad. I don't see any way that.
What's the over on that game?
How do they play against?
You kind of cut it out. I couldn't.
47.5.
47.5. Okay. Yeah. Maybe.
Okay. So I think it's a lot. A night game. You know what the best atmosphere? And this is in LA. Are you doing something on your phone?
No.
Oh, it keeps making noises. Are you covering up the speaker or anything?
No.
Okay.
Or maybe. I don't know.
The best atmosphere for night games is Baltimore Raven night game. That was the coolest thing that last one they had. But this is in LA. I don't know what's called. I mean, Ravens win this game, right?
Yeah, they should.
Yeah, they're 4-1 on the road. Chargers, they just can't win these big games.
No, the game.
Shit, they might not be able to win a game. Brandon Staley's fired if he loses this.
Yeah, he should.
The last one, I don't know who in the NFL thought this was a good idea to put the Bears on a Monday night game, but they are playing.
Everybody thought the Bears would be a better team than what they were.
Yeah, everybody in Chicago thought that.
No,
Bears.
Everybody.
Bears are 3.5-point underdogs to. That's how bad you got to be, Squad. You're 3.5-point underdogs to Josh Dobbs.
Josh Dobbs is actually playing pretty good this year.
He's playing good, but
you have Bears is my upset. Actually, no.
Do it, Squad. You won't.
No, I won't. Oh, dang it! Don't tip me here. I might.
I'm
too close. I'm in 3rd place. I need to catch up to you guys.
Yeah, the standings.
I'm in 4th place. I think 4th place. I think Alex.
You are. We didn't talk about the standings. The standings. Me and Josh are tied 38-17. Alex 37-18. Squog 36-19. Caden 34-21. Bobby 33-22. Ram 32-23. Who's actually behind Nick, who's 32-22 and 1. And then Will and Garrett are in last place at 31-24. Squog, you won't take the Bears in this game.
Oh. Gosh, don't tip
I mean, this is a game that they could win. And they almost beat Kirk Cousins.
They almost beat Kirk Cousins. They almost beat the Lions last week. I don't know.
I'll put you down. Bears plus 3.5. If you change your mind,
I might take the spread, maybe.
I will say there is another person in this league, the only person to send me picks, not going to mention any names, took the Bears as his upset.
Really? That's one.
And it was not me.
You said you and Ram. It wasn't a Ram?
How Ram? Like, I didn't say anybody made the picks.
Yeah, you did. You said you and Ram try to only two that sent your picks when we were talking about Thanksgiving.
Damn, Spog, you just ruined it for Ram. Okay.
I'm sorry, Ram.
I got the Vikings in this.
I have a good memory.
I'm going to take the Vikings at home, 3.5-point favorites. Yeah?
What? The Vikings at home for a 3.5?
Yes.
Oh.
I'm willing to
Let's just say that. I don't want to cuss. Screw you.
I am willing to do the $50 bet on this too if you're confident in your Bears.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Okay.
I don't know. I have to think about it.
You know what? And Vikings might get right team of the week. Okay. I haven't done that in a while. I was very bad at getting right this year. Okay.
Yeah, you will.
Let's end it, Squad. We did have a long episode today. We are going to end it how we always end it.
Yeah, let's get it.
A little head-to-head Weddle. I'll start us off. You won last week.
I thought it'd be me. I thought I started off.
Well, you won last. You won last week. So
yeah, because I got the second guess.
Okay, you won last week. KJ Osborne. It's an NFC North. Taller,
let's go Justin Fields, baby. Oh, it got to.
Well, it's not going to be Fields because the number was higher than 17. It is going to be a tight end, and I think I'm already going to get this squad. I mean, there's only two options here. Luke Musgrave, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was between him and Hawkinsauce.
Oh, that's Cole Kmet, too.
But it wasn't a Bear.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true.
Okay, and then we did not get the Weddle last week. This one, the hard.
Well, because they lied to us.
Oh, yeah, I remember. So nobody won last week, but I started the last one. You start this one.
Oh, now I start this. Let's go with I had one, but I lost it.
Well, here I'm going to start it then. Alex Alonso, is a defender in the AFC, and it's not a linebacker.
Not a defender in the AFC, not a linebacker. We'll go with let's go Chris Jones. Why not?
Chris Jones?
Yeah.
The number is smaller than 34. Just that heads up.
Yeah, sign.
AFC West defender. Older. Gonna be.
I thought Chris Jones was older than 29.
Going to be a cornerback or safety. Justin Simmons. Okay, not Justin Simmons, not a safety. So it's either a Charger cornerback or a Raider cornerback.
That's 30.
That's 30. I wonder if they have. I'm gonna try this one for us, Squog.
Yeah, go ahead.
Did they take out J.C. Jackson from the? Okay, they did. So he's not J.C. Jackson. It is a cornerback though. So I just wanted to make sure that they took out.
Yeah, I gotcha. Who's on the Raiders? I have the Raiders, so I just can't think of as my team.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's definitely a Raiders. I can't think of the number one guy.
I know the number one guy, and here's the thing, you are the Raiders in our Madden League.
Yeah, I know.
And I think I know who it is.
You think you know who it is? Go ahead, because
I don't know how old he is though. But how old's Hobbs? That's not Hobbs.
It's not Hobbs.
How old is Hobbs?
24. He's young.
Oh, we're so dumb, Squog. What's Marcus Peters? Former Ram, former Raven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even remember him on the team.
All right. Well, that was bad by both of us.
Yeah.
Last one. Immaculate Grid.
Immaculate Grid. You made us lose last week.
I know.
I mean, Tom Brady as a Hall of Famer.
I mean, is he going to be a Hall of Famer? Yes or no?
Yes, but he's not in the Hall of Fame.
All right, I'm starting us off with Tiki Barber over here.
Tiki.
Who you got, Dolphins?
Number 3 guy in rushing.
Frank Gore?
Yep.
And we can't use Frank Gore anywhere else?
I don't know. I don't even know what team he's been on.
Daniel Tomlinson. Now we got to see who's not going to get us eliminated. You're up. It's your pick.
Oh, I'm up. Okay, so you get the 2 easy ones.
Well, I started this up, yeah. Sorry, Squawk. That's how it goes.
Give me Miami and Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
I think he played for the Raiders. Ricky Williams.
Ricky Williams did not.
Oh, I think he played for the Ravens then.
I'm going Darren Waller.
Then he played for the Ravens then.
Oh, Ricky?
I got them. Yeah.
Ricky Williams did. I'm also going to go here.
I was thinking that it was. I knew it was one of those black teams. I just can't remember.
Khalil Mack.
Khalil Mack. Yeah, that's a good one.
I have two of them. The only one I don't have is Dolphins Raiders.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Ravens. Mike Glenn. No, Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor.
For right here?
Yeah.
I was going to do OBJ.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
And then one of my favorite safeties to play, Eric Weddle.
Eric Weddle.
Yeah. And the number one option was Dante Culpepper.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever get that. That's too old.
Yeah. Richie Incognito.
Yeah, lineman.
You know what, Squawk? I got on my time limit. I got 14 minutes left. Do you think we could do a baseball one?
I don't know.
Just for fun?
Yeah, maybe just for fun.
Okay. Well, you should know 100-run batting season for the Cubs.
It's, what, Sammy Sosa?
I'm sure. I mean, yeah. And we should definitely get 100-run plus season for. I'm gonna go Mookie.
Yeah,
I think
Mookie.
he had it this year. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Philly's got to be. Is Bryce Harper one?
Ooh, I don't know. Maybe.
Oh wait, they scored 100 runs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go probably old. I'm gonna go a little old school here.
Yeah, go old school. What's the name?
Jimmy Rollins. Jimmy Rollins had to have back whenever he played. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh well, good thing we didn't do this because this one's Bryce.
Oh yeah, that's Bryce.
Okay.
That one's the pit. I can't think of the pitcher.
For LA.
Yeah, L.A. Washington.
Scherzer.
Yeah.
Washington Cubs. Anybody? Oh, we know this one.
Yeah, we know that one too. I hate that he went there.
I love that he went there. Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah.
Do you know anybody Cubs Houston? Because I know this one. My favorite pitcher to use in MLB The Show, Roy Oswalt. I'm electric with Roy Oswalt. And this one, I'm pretty sure, is Zach Greinke. You can put Zach Greinke almost anywhere on these.
Yeah, you can almost put.
But I do not know a Cub and an
Houston Astro. Man, I'm trying to think who played for the Astros.
I don't know, Squad.
I don't think any of the Chicago went to Astros. If I had the Astros come to the Chicago, it wasn't him. There has to be a pitcher of some sort.
I couldn't tell you. I mean, Mark Pryor.
No, I don't think Pryor played for Houston. I'm drawing a blank. I don't know Astros that much. They weren't that good till recently.
Yeah, I don't know. This is you, Squad. You're a Cub fan.
I know I'm a Cub fan, but I don't really pay much attention to free agencies in baseball.
I don't know. Do we just give up, or do you want to take a guess?
No, we gotta take a guess. We have to take a guess. We almost had the macro grid.
Just give me an old time Cub Just like one name that you, like was there that did something. Let's go here. Let's do this. Who did Bart?
Also, Sirianni didn't play for Houston, did they?
I don't
Did he?
know.
He played for Yankees. Then he played for us, and then he went to a different team. I don't think it was the Astros.
Who is the dude that Bartman screwed over in the outfield at one time?
Moises Alou.
He played for a bunch of teams, didn't he? He played. I know he
Huh?
did. He play for the Astros.
I don't know. I can't remember that far because
You take.
I didn't pay attention much to baseball. I mean, I root for the Cubs, but I didn't pay much attention to them.
Yeah. Cubs suck.
I don't even.
Who are you taking, Squog? Give me one. You want Soriano?
No, I don't want to. I think that's wrong. Give me a Corey Patterson. I think his name is
Corey Patterson? Nope. Trey Mancini. Let's see some other names. Robin Roberts, Joe Niekro, Luis Gonzalez, Tom Gordon, Kenny Lofton.
Kenny Lofton?
Played one season for the Cubs, one season for the Astros.
Yeah.
Look, Spug. Moises Alou.
Did?
Yeah.
I
don't know.
Let's roll with it then.
I don't know a lot of these people. Let's go by years. Trey Mancini, Jonathan. These are recent. Villar, Cameron Maben.
I have no idea.
Tony Kemp. Dexter Fowler.
Oh, Dexter Fowler would have been a good one.
Hector Rondon. I'm not seeing Soriano. That's what I was
Hector Rondon. That's a pitcher.
Yeah. All right. Well, we recapped. We previewed. We played 2 Immaculate Grids.
Almost got both of them. Just one off.
One off.
I messed up. Oh, I guess both of them.
Yeah. But yeah, so you lost us those. Everybody have.
We would never got the. Well, I should have got the Cub one, but we would never got the Richie Incognito.
No.
Don't take Culpepper.
No, I wouldn't have. Don't take Culpepper. All I think is Vikings.
Yeah.
Everyone have a good Thanksgiving. Thank you for hanging out with us. We had some viewers the whole time. We didn't have any chatters, but we had viewers. We had 2 people stick with us the whole time we were here.
Nice. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we'll upload to Spotify. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.